Hello, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. Trey's Treasure, first in the house. Dude, you must have an alarm system going in. Can you hear me, Trey? Is everything okay? You're the first in the room. Look at that mug. Look at that mug, guys. Let me see if I can get you a better shot. I'm on a better camera now. Look at that. Look at that. Good morning, everyone. Sunday morning. I hope everybody had their Sunday breakfast. Mine happens to be bacon, eggs, extra bacon, and a little extra bacon. I also love my pancakes in the morning. I love using real butter and real maple syrup. And I like it just when the maple syrup just touches the bacon just a little bit. Doesn't that sound wonderful? I know it's pretty much afternoon for most of you folks in this chat room. I also realize maybe you guys are on a better, guys and gals are on a better diet than I am. But it's only 10:30 here in the morning. So I can still talk about breakfast. I can still talk about coffee. Oh, today is going to be a golden gram day. Little silver porn for you folks who think I abandoned silver. I got a tube of Silver Eagles here and a maple leaf. Let's take a look at some of the people that are in this room. I'll put on my old man glasses. Again, thank you, everybody. Happy Sunday. I hope everybody's in a great mood, priming their brains to go to work tomorrow. Trey Treasure got announced. He was first in the house. We the People, Dominic Broom. That's it, man. 0.99 squad. Today is going to be kind of a shorter live stream. I want to just talk about a few things. John McCain's death. You know, God, you know, I am so, I don't know. I guess I'm weird. When he was alive, I was praying that he would die, you know, because I thought he was such a traitor to the country, to the conservative movement. Now that he's dead, I kind of wish I never thought those evil thoughts, honestly. You know, because we all got to one day, somebody's going to turn the light switch off. Everybody, regardless of who you are, one day the light switch is going to be turned off. And I don't know. I wished for his demise, but now that John McCain is dead, I feel bad that I had those bad thoughts. So my condolences to Mr. McCain, although I didn't think he did very well for the Conservative Party. But my condolences still go out because we're all humans. Trey Treasures, again, thank you. Silver Stranger, thank you very much for being in the house. John Wright, Bitcoin Bo, again, thank you so much. You know, again, when I know folks have a YouTube channel, I like to give them a shout out. It's Bitcoin Bo's channel. Silver Stranger, I think you might have a channel. I gotta look up a lot of your names. Bugsy 2379 in the house yet again. Cryptos, they were up this morning as of from 7 days ago. And I even made a video yesterday. And if you would have gotten into cryptos 1 week ago, again, I am not abandoning the silver stacking community. I'm not abandoning them. But I'm just trying to maybe possibly talk people into diversifying. Get some silver. Invest in some cryptocurrency. Maybe make a profit in the cryptocurrency, sell it for fiat, trade it in for more silver. That's my plan for now. Silver and gold. Alan Miller, thank you. Making you thirsty. You like this mug? This is a freaking awesome mug. My eyes just scrolled down. I saw the word New York. Where did I see the word New York? What's up? Crazy Killer. I got my Buffalo Gold proof. Oh man, the Buffalo Gold round. To me, that is the ultimate 1 ounce coin. The Indian, with the Indian on one side of it. I wish I had one to show off, but I don't. But that gold coin of all, in my opinion, that gold Indian Buffalo, the Indian on one side, Buffalo on the other, is the ultimate gold coin, hands down. Buffalo, he really, I do love this mug, Denver. Come on, man. Check this thing out. Check the size out. Look at the size of this. It's an amazing mug. It is an amazing mug. I just saw somebody. Okay, so Bugsy, 2379, 1:30 p.m. in New York. I didn't know you were a New Yorker. You're a brother then. I'm a New Yorker. Born in Brooklyn, Nostrand Avenue. Raised in the Bronx by the Grand Concourse, Cross Bronx Expressway, Jerome Avenue. Moved across the Hudson River into the Spring Valley area. Lived in Buffalo for quite a few years. Used to vacation in Montauk Point and go fishing there. As a matter of fact, when I was just a little child, my dad took me fishing at Montauk Point off of Gossman's Dock. And that is the first place I ever held a fishing rod. Thank you to my father. An awesome man. So I got a fellow New Yorker in the house. Fathers are awesome, I'll tell you that. You know, growing up, you got your beef with your parents and whatnot, but when you look back at it all, it was well worth it. Bitcoin Bo, is my pleasure. Like I said, Bitcoin, when somebody has a website or a YouTube site, I'm gonna say something publicly here, at the risk of looking like an asshole. We have a couple of strangers that come in. They'll advertise their YouTube site at our expense. I think that's kind of disrespectful. First of all, they're coming in here saying, "Hey, come over to my website," or they come on and say, "Hey, I just made a video," and every time they log in, "I just made a video," and that's just implying, hey, they're advertising for their site. Trust me, folks, you don't have to do that with me. There's no jealousy with me. If I know you have a YouTube site, I will shout you out, providing that I went there and there's no pornography or nothing stupid on it. I will give you a shout out. You don't need to shout yourself out. And Bitcoin Bo is one of those good guys who's always been discreet and never been, you know, there's just it's just a respect thing. So folks, Bitcoin Bo, and there was also another one I wanted to shout out. He's not here yet, but I'm just blown away. I was watching his videos last night. Yankee Stacker. I'm just blown away. Not with the content, the quality, the post-production. That's where I'm lacking. I wish I knew how to do all the logos and the post-production. Folks, go to Yankee Stacker's website. Check out his videos. He's only got about, I don't know, 15 videos, but they're spectacular. Same thing with Bitcoin Bo. But back to cryptocurrencies, folks. 7 days ago, Bitcoin, LITECOIN, they were all rock bottom. I remember LITECOIN actually got a little bit below $50. Yesterday, when I made that video, I apologize. Bitcoin was $58. That's an $8 movement in the positive. Bitcoin, 7 days ago, I saw it dip below $6,000. I always say it was at $100,000, but it actually went below. As of that video yesterday, it was 67.12, I think it was. It's not bad. All the cryptos are up. And like I said, you can diversify. Don't invest more than what you're willing to lose, obviously. Make some money, get out, exchange it for some of this. Is all I'm trying to articulate. I'm not saying abandon the precious metals market. Please, I'm not. Because I do agree. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. Let me attempt to adjust this camera here. You don't hold it, you don't own it. Nothing like waking up to a world full of evil villains. I just bought about 3 or 4 days ago a 30-year Maple Leaf. I just got confirmation Friday from JM Bullion that it was shipped out. I didn't really know that JM Bullion was in Las Vegas. Had I known that when my wife and I went to Las Vegas for a 4 or 5 day getaway, I would have made an attempt to go there and just check it out. Not saying that they would have allowed me to enter into their facility. So Silver Stranger in the house. I might have already said that. Robert Beaver. By the way, also, there was some kind of beast coins, gorgeous beast coins. They were 2-ounce beast coins. Gosh, I apologize. Let me look that up real quick. If you folks have not seen this coin, you must check it out and add it to your collection. Queen's Beast, I think it's called. Yeah, Queen's Beast coins. You got to check these freaking coins out. They are actually mind blowers. The one the wife and I want to get is the one with the dragon. I don't have the knowledge of turning the camera back and forth to screen view back to me. So I'm going to leave well enough alone before I break something. But trust me, if you go to JM Bullion, type in Queen's Beast, you got some gorgeous coins there, folks. Gorgeous and at reasonable prices. They're not off the chain. They are definitely not off the chain. I'm also seeing some junk silver here. Bags of junk silver. 90% silver walking liberty, $50. They've got some really good deals on some junk silver. I can't find any in the streets anymore, but definitely they're out there. Let's go down some of the Bitcoin Boo, Silver Stranger, a Mustang. I'll have to check Silver Stranger out. Like I said, a lot of these names I don't know. I'm getting new ones every day, and it's hard to keep up with them. And every now and then, I'll look up a couple of names and see who they are, get to know you, and ultimately find out whether you have a YouTube channel or not, and that sort of thing. Bitcoin Ben, Mr. Olfang, thank you again for being in the house. Bitcoin Ben, I like his videos. What I like about his style, I like it. It's not scripted. It's just like me. I don't sit here, read a script, monotone, and have a good day. I like to talk to you as though you were sitting across the bar from me, and we're just sitting here having a few drinks, just talking, with all the flaws and all the mistakes and all the nuances of a personal conversation. That's my style. And if that means jumping around and whatnot, so be it. I'm still waiting for Mr. Bugsy to tell me what part of New York he's from. Anytime I hear somebody's from New York, I got to know where. I have to know where. It's just, I don't know what it is about New Yorkers. They're the coolest people on the planet. I'm teasing. All of a sudden, people from Montana and Florida and California start berating me with freaking white powder poison. International Stacker, thank you so much for being in the house. Steve Leggett, thank you. Got in on the bull and the unicorn. Okay, so you got the Queen's Beast, unicorn and bull. So Steve Leggett has got a couple of those queen bees. He knows what I'm talking about. Absolutely knows what he's talking about. Silver Limey, thanks Bitcoin Bo. We pay VAT in Ireland. Yeah, that stinks to pay a VAT tax. Okay, Silver Stranger, you replied to one of my videos already. Thank you, Mr. Overtax Taxpayer. Yep. Yeah, and I apologize, Silver Stranger. There's if I forgot, no disrespect intended. So many people, it's kind of hard to. Wolfman Sachs again in the house. Wolfman Sachs also has a very well-made YouTube channel. Gary Robinson. I collect all the private tier series, but miss collecting the QB rounds. I think you meant pirate tier, not private tier, right, Gary? So what Gary is saying is there's a bunch of coins out there that have various, I call them pirate booty. They basically have all kinds of skull and bones on there, wrecked ships, people walking the plank, you name it, krakens and all kinds of things. They're pirate tier series. I think you can get them on JM Bullion, AppMex, SD Bullion. Just a phenomenal coin. Even my wife loves them. And what I like about the pirate tier series is they're high relief, meaning they're extremely texturized, the images, whereas many coins, the image is flat. These are what they call high relief. So the image almost pops out like 3D. Check out the pirate tier. I got some actually in the other room. I don't want to get up, leave you guys for like a minute while I go searching, but you got to trust me on that. Hey, Overtax, watch your favorite beer after a hard day's work by Quasi Killa 87. Well, I think so when you ask me a question, I'm going to tell you the blunt truth. The worst beers in the world I've ever encountered are American beers. They are freaking downright gross, with the exception of the craft brews and the microbreweries. However, to answer your question, I like the German beers. I like the stouts and those thick Irish beers and the Guinnesses. I think they're good, and I like them super cold. I will say this, I'm not a beer drinker. I drink 1 or 2 beers, and I don't know what it is about me compared to other men. I can watch a guy slam down a 12-pack and ask for another beer. I drink 1 or 2 beers, and I get so full, so bloated, I can't consume anymore. I don't know why, but that's always the way it's been. And yet somebody next to me would outdrink me with beers, and it's like it doesn't faze their stomach. I prefer drinking bourbons, good quality bourbons myself. I don't get full. I get a little drunk faster, if you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really drink that often. But when I do, I like that Mexican beer commercial, Dos Equis. I don't really drink often. But when I do, it's got to be a good bourbon most of the time. I like black and tans, beers. I do. Thank you so much for the question. And again, Wolfman Sachs in the house. J-Men Truth Seeker, also Texas West Capital. Fantastic. Oz Hunter. Urban Lifestyle. International Stacker. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. He's giving a shout out to somebody else. Silver Limey 79. Thanking Bitcoin Bo. Bitcoin Bo has a couple of good videos, and I'm going to actually do another live chat with him within the next, I don't know, a few weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, whatever our schedules work out. I'm actually going to reach out to a few of our fellow YouTube channels just to give them an opportunity to introduce themselves to the community and whatnot. I like doing that. I would like for example, Silver Stranger or Yankee Stacker to come online and just have a fun, not drill them, but just a way to formally introduce them and let people know, hey, I got a YouTube channel also, because there's some great informative silver stacking channels out there that really contribute, and I mean the word contribute, to our community, yet they're so new, or so, for some lack of a better term, they're hidden or something. A lot of people just don't know about them. But that is my intention in the future, to do a couple of light interviews. The one I did with Bitcoin Bo. I didn't beat him up. I didn't drill him. Oh, I didn't kind of question anything. There was nothing negative. I basically went in with the intention of learning a little bit about cryptocurrency, and I came out with that goal being met. I think I'm running off in the mouth a little bit today, and that's why. Da-da-da. I know you guys are going to get tired of this. Look at that. Look at that. You guys are ever by Disney Springs, take your wives are there, you see a nice mug like this or something, you need to grab it for yourself. Thank you so much, Bugsy2379 Super Chat 1999, Middle Village, Queens. I'm sipping some Blantons now. I need to look up where the Blanton is. Give me a second. Give me a second. Sipping, drinking. Okay, I see images of Blanton. The dude's hitting it. That's a pretty bottle. That is a pretty bottle. I wish I had a way to copy this. That's a gorgeous, it's a bourbon. And I'm a bourbon drinker, and I didn't know what a Blanton is. I got to try a bottle of that. Thank you so much, Bugsy, for everything you do. Queens. You folks, wherever we were born, that's home. And wherever we were born, whether that be Montana, California, Florida, I can go on with all the states. Wherever you were born, that's what touches your heart. And the food there and everything there is just, it brings back comfort. But I'm telling you folks, from somebody who's lived all over this country, through his Army days, I've been all over, pretty much every state. I'm telling you, if you folks ever have the opportunity to go to New York, you need to go there. And I'm not talking about Manhattan. Matter of fact, if you go there, take a quick walk through Manhattan just to say you did it, but get the hell out and go to like the Bronx, go to Queens, go to Brooklyn, go to Long Island. You got to go around and eat some of the food and see really what New York is, and not what they tell you it is on television. I'm from New York. I'm telling you, you'll never have food as good as that. You will never, ever have a slice of pizza as good as that. And I'm not talking in Manhattan. That's just a tourist trap. And the food is slop there, in my opinion, except when you go into some of the higher scale restaurants. So if you go to New York, yes, take a trip through Manhattan, but get the hell out of it and go see some of the real New York. Am I lying, Bugsy? I would die to have a knish. I think Bugsy might know what a knish is, the potato and onion knish. Love them. I'm going for the icons of Route 66. So, Gary, I have a Harley, and the wife and I, we actually want to do Route 66. I'm a little confused, though, of the route. So when I go up to the White Mountains, I can get on Route 66 and go either east or west. But it seems every time we go west towards Flagstaff, it's like Route 66 disappears, but yet it says it's somewhere else. And I got to take a look at a better map because I'm not on the right Route 66 or something, or it's really weird. Again, every time. Every time. Thank you for your service, International Stacker, J-Men, Truth Seeker. We are Native Americans. Don't let anybody confuse the truth. So you folks are just getting in. I'm seeing a lot of new names. Obviously, you know John McCain. So my MOS was 94F10. I was a hospital dietitian. What model? Harley. It's a street glide. The Empire Strikes Back has the most different ethnic foods. Yeah, it's amazing food there. We the people, the Bronx. I love the Bronx, man. I grew up there. I mean, although I was born in Brooklyn, I don't remember nothing about Brooklyn because we were pretty much raised in the Bronx. Okay, first name, last name. As you folks can see, I just got back from the White Mountains. I'm in Tucson now. And I'm going to make moves this week. I'm going to get a hold of Teespring, and I am talking to them. We'll talk to them about getting a t-shirt made. I will start with one t-shirt. Excuse me. The meds I'm on make me hiccup. I will start with one t-shirt. I will see how that takes off, and then I will incorporate one or two additional styles and see how that plays out. What I'm afraid of, I'll be honest with you, I don't want to be an over commercialized YouTube channel. I don't want to make it about selling stuff. I think that's nice. And although I need support for the channel, for the cameras, for the lighting and all that, I don't need to make so much that it overcompensates. It's not about commercialism. That's all I got to say. So I will get a hold of Teespring and talk to them and see and work out the logistics. I only want to get one or two t-shirts, maybe three. And yes, they will all be multiple colors. I've been getting requests for grays. As you can tell, gray is my favorite shirt to wear other than OD green. That would be Army green for those non-military folks. I love the greens and that sort of thing. Are we talking Scotch? Boy, you know, Mr. J, Scotch, that's a Scotch and gin, man. That's like, wow. I can't. I guess I'm not man enough to drink Scotch and gin. Thank you so much, Mr. J, for your compliment. Okay, let me scroll down. I'll be the first to buy the t-shirt. I'll be the first to buy the t-shirt. I apologize. My wife has texted me and I'm doing this, and I'm trying to see what she's saying. We had a fridge go out, and she just texted me, the guy who's replacing our fridge will be here in an hour. I came down from the White Mountains here in Tucson, and before I came here, I stopped and bought a bunch of groceries. Walked in the door with all these groceries needing freezing and refrigeration. Come to find out the fridge is dead. pissed. Thankfully, the guy next door was gracious enough to take everything that needed freezing and refrigeration and utilize his area, his fridge, until. So I've been living on freaking potato chips because I don't want to go back and forth and get food just to cook. I'm just, leave it in his house and leave him alone. Don't want to bother nobody. So I've been living off of freaking Tostitos. Thankfully, there are no cholesterol in them. Thank you so much, Bugsy. He says he'll be the first to buy the t-shirt. I'll, again, promise to look into the logistics of it. I actually would have called them, and I would have done something today. However, they're closed being on a Sunday. Are you Scottish? No, I am not Scottish. So this is a good question. Mark Drager, I know you're from New York, but is there another city that you would consider a home away from home? Now, my reading skills are very analytical. You said the word city. New York is a state. I'm going to theorize that you meant state. So I'm going to say Florida, the Clearwater, Tampa Bay area of Florida, because I got a brother there. We both have something in common, and that is fishing. And I miss him. I miss my brother. I miss my family. And brothers, we scrap and fight and argue, but I still miss my brother. So, and I just miss fishing. I miss being in the hot sun and whatnot. But New York and Florida are the only two places. Can you get good mozzarella and Parmesan in Tucson? Everything here is pretty much brought in, vacuum sealed from other companies, Bellagio and stuff like that, that kind of cheese. But I would have to venture to say no. I would have to say no. I wouldn't say it's horribly bad, but it ain't going to be like Florida, California, or New York. Bugsy, again, thank you so much. Like I said, you didn't need to do that. The guy is going to be here with a new fridge in 1 hour. I do appreciate your support. Thank you so much. You're awesome. A fellow New Yorker, Queens. He's drinking. I don't know. It's about, I'm going to say 2 o'clock his time. He's having a good time. I'm happy for that man. Thank you so much. Danielle, I like silver. Daniel, I apologize. Didn't mean to say that. I'm actually been Pumpkin. I wanted to tell you something. Pumpkin, I hope you can hear me. You asked me a couple of questions. A lot of times I'm on a big screen now, so I can actually see people's text. Whereas on my little tablet, I see literally 3 or 4 texts at a time, and my eyes have to really keep up, and after a while, you just lose track. This gentleman right here asked me over and over, Pumpkin, am I going to vote? Am I going to vote? Am I going to vote? And I didn't mean to ignore you. I do believe I'm going to vote. I do think there's a logistical problem. I'm in Tucson, but I moved from one voting district all the way across town into a completely different voting district. So it literally would take me 45-minute drive just to get back into that voting district to vote. I might not. I'm going to make every effort to vote. So Corn Kid, I only buy from local dealers, but most do online also. I just can't get over giving money away and waiting for my treasure. What do you mean giving your money away, Stackaholic? Are you mean you have a difficult time releasing your fiat currency for some of this? Is that what you were saying? That's right, Stephen Ligon. And Leggett, I apologize, subbed because I'm talking about bullion. I love talking about silver. I really do. And there's only so much you can do. Most of us are a little bit well-rounded, meaning we're able and are interested in a variety of subject matters. It'd be impossible for me to get online with you, make videos, and talk nothing but silver, 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 silver. Impossible. There's got to be other reasons why we stack silver. Probably politics, the social downfall of our society. You know, things like that interest me. There's a reason why we stack silver, and those are the reasons I like to address those reasons. And I get a lot of comments saying I'm unsubbing you because you stopped talking about silver or you touched upon politics. I'm unsubbing you. I'm sorry, I can't. Nobody is physically able, not even your silver channels are able to talk silver 365 days a year, nothing but silver. You run out of things to say. I personally like to talk about the social economic issues in our country. I like to talk about politics and whatnot and stuff like that. Things that interest me. The reasons why I started prepping and the reasons why my wife and I prepare with storing food, storing silver. Now we're storing gold. Why we learned how to can food. Why we learned how to dehydrate food. Why we moved away from the big city into the mountains. That's what we need to know. That's why we all need to discuss this. And if you don't like the politics, I apologize. Because somebody disagrees with you, you're going to unsub me. Or, you know, I can't help that. And I wish you, I sincerely wish you better wishes somewhere else. I'm just looking at some of the comments here. Would you sell your house to put down a payment on a, hold on a second, G3MZ1989, would you sell your house to put down payment on a mortgage? Okay, first of all, I don't understand that, because if you have a house, you don't need to put a down payment on a mortgage, unless you're achieving to buy another house, which you'd be forced to sell your house. Remember, you normally buy a new house and you would have to sell your old house, or you would put an offer on another house in contingency that you would sell your existing house. I don't understand your questions. Or would you stack silver and rent? Well, first of all, renting is giving somebody else money. I prefer to own my own home, and that way all my payments are basically going back into my pocket the day I sell the home. But to rent doesn't make good economical sense. It really doesn't. And Silver Stranger agrees with me. Folks, let me take a break and let you know that if you have not subscribed to me, please hit the subscribe button. Right next to the subscribe button, there's a little bell icon. Click that. You'll get notifications when you're on YouTube that I'm also on. In addition, if everybody would just hit that like button, it's just 2 or 3 inches down from the chat column. And just hit the like button, please. I really would appreciate it. And a shameless plug, if you would like to support this channel, in all of my other video descriptions, there are about 4 options to support me and this channel. I see what you're saying. So when you go to a local dealership to buy silver, because it's local, you hand them your fiat and immediately get the gratification. You got it in your hand. So you don't like buying it online because you pay and then you have to wait, what is it, 7-10 business days. I understand that. But also on the flip side, a lot of the coins that you buy online, like say from ATMEX, JM Bullion, Provident Metals, they're freaking flawless. Okay, no scratches, never been touched by human hands. When you go to a dealership, when you go to a local coin dealer, a lot of the coins, I'll tell you, are kind of marred up a little bit. Some of them have freaking fingernail polish. Somebody freaking took some kind of fingernail polish and painted the maple leaf on them. All kinds of silly things. So there's a plus and a minus. Obviously, when you go to your local dealer, don't buy those freaking painted coins. But, you know, there's a plus or minus. There definitely is. Do you know where you're gonna vote for the U.S. Senate? At this time, Pumpkin, I don't want to hand out any of that kind of personal information. You can rest assured it's going to be as conservative of a person that I can find. Not just somebody who says they're conservative, but has a lifetime track record of being conservative. But I don't like to mention that online. It took a man to say sorry. John McCain comments. Mark Drager. When John McCain was alive, I know I'm repeating myself. When John McCain was alive, I prayed the dude something bad would happen to him. I just thought he was a traitor, and I think we all have those feelings when somebody is a traitor to a nation and is trying to actually destroy the American dream or whatnot. But now that he died, I really do regret my thinking that, because somebody can be thinking that of me right now. I wish overtaxed taxpayer would die. I don't like his political turns, and it's just not a good way to be thought upon that way, nor is it doesn't do your own body good to have that much hate in you. We're all going to have our light switch turned off one day. All of us. No matter how big, no matter how badass you might think you are. No matter what you collect around you. You're not taking it with you. So try to treat everybody as good as you could. Some people are just hard to treat well, I'm telling you. And frankly, if I don't like you, I don't even look at you. You'll know it. So I don't even waste my breath. It's but to walk around, it wasn't cool like that. You know what he was trying to do? One of the things that irritated me about John McCain, and I heard about this I don't know, 5-6 years ago. I used to bodybuild. I'm going to get back into it in the next couple of weeks, but that's not the point. I used to take a lot of supplements, creatine, protein powders, vitamins. And he was trying to outlaw vitamins. He was trying to do it to where only the pharmaceutical companies could prescribe vitamins. He was working with the lobbyists to get this done. And it angered me very, very much. But again, my condolences to him and his family, and I do apologize for having those negative thoughts. JT Coin Riggs, $4.49 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. D Bragg, he was awful. I'm thinking you were talking about John McCain. Silver Stranger, $5 super chat. Don't doubt yourself. Thank you so much, Silver Stranger. What do you mean? Don't doubt yourself? Did I? And I'm not criticizing you. I just want to correct myself. When did I doubt myself? I'm curious. I gotta watch Mr. Olfing. I gotta start. I am a subscriber to Greg Hunter. I gotta start watching him. I got home. I basically had enough time to call my wife, tell her I loved her, and I went right to bed and I crashed. And I missed that damn interview. I need to start watching him more often. As a matter of fact, I need to go to Jim St. Clair's and Greg Hunter's website, put notifications on both their sites. So that way, a little bit of redundancy. I get some kind of notification that it was on. But I'll tell you what, I turned on the television, a sitcom or something, and I was out within minutes. I didn't even watch. I woke up like 6 hours later and the television is blabbing away about some freaking infomercial or some garbage. So I missed it. Bummer. Talking about two people who know our economic future and our economic well-being. Gold and silver markets are like playing Nintendo. I have to agree with that statement. When you buy coins, it's good to think about how liquid they are, meaning how easy they will to be sold. Buying the best you can afford. Hard to think about selling any of my treasure. And that's true. When you buy a coin, and I'll say it again, try to buy what's recognizable, because when you sell it, why are you selling your gold or your silver? You're selling it because you need money. And normally when you need money, normally there is an emergency. The last thing you want is things not to go smoothly. And in order to expedite the sale is to buy something that is recognizable. I mean, it's really nice to buy a bunch of different rounds, and they're really pretty, some of these artists, but frankly, if you go to sell it, the buyer, who you're hoping is going to give you some money for it, might not recognize it, might turn you away. So always think about the bulk of your stack. The bulk needs to be very, very recognizable. Now, I'm not saying that they can't test your silver to make sure it's real or whatnot. I'm just saying you just want things to go as smooth as possible. By the way, did anybody see the bread video I made? I just posted a bread video before this one. Now, there was a reason why I posted a bread video. A few reasons. First, that your long-term food storage can be, how to use it, and is still good. I use flour that I said in the video was 5+ years. I got to thinking it was more like 8 or 9 years old. Obviously, it was properly stored for long-term storage. I made that video to show even men can make a damn good loaf of bread. So I urge you all to go and check out that bread video. I don't know, I think it's maybe 10 minutes long. And it'll literally show you how to make a loaf of bread from start to end. I just purchased, you can barely see it right there. I just purchased that loaf of Wonder Bread. It's freaking mostly chemicals. When I'm up in the mountains, I bake the bread. When I'm here, it's speed and convenience so I can get to work. That damn loaf of bread was $2.99. And it has all kinds of chemicals in it. The loaf of bread I made up in the White Mountains, no chemicals. No chemicals. And I challenge if it was over 75 cents to make. I challenge it. So every now and then I'll pull out something from my food storage shelves, some food that has been packed for a while, to test whether it's still good and just to make sure I know how to use it. I practice baking and cooking. You know what? Electricity might go out. Yes, I might not have that mixer, but I can mix by hand, you know. So check out that video. Even a guy can. If I can do it, I'm a freaking moron. Look at me. If I can make a loaf of bread that good, you can. You folks are smarter than me. Do I have 6 silver coins that are not in tubes? They are in capsules they came in. They are from the UK. Okay, I do. Okay, I see you're talking to somebody else. Do you have solar power when the grid goes down? By M.N. Gardner. So my goal, my wife's goal, is to get some solar power. However, the solar panels are the cheap part. It's the inverter and all the electronics and the deep cell batteries. It's where the money comes from. I mean, that's where it hits you in the pocketbook. So we're not ready to make that kind of financial investment in solar power. We recognize that it can really free us from these $250 electric bills, as well as if the grid went down, we would have some kind of electricity. Bugsy, fresh is best. I love fresh bread. And you know what? Not only do I make loaves of bread, but my specialty is artisan breads, you know, Italian and French breads. So I can make cinnamon rolls, you name it, I can do it, you know, and I love it. It's kind of, you know, when you get to my age, it's kind of, it's like meditating. I don't know how to say it. See the family smile and have fresh French toast with maple syrup in the next morning. Phenomenal, man. Phenomenal. Yankee stacking in the house. If I haven't said hello to you, hello. I also gave your channel a shout out about 20 minutes ago, telling everybody to go and check you out. And what a phenomenal job you are doing. Trans Am Kid is in the house. Tony is in the house. Is there any Italian bakeries near you? No, Tony, there are none. I will say here in Tucson, there are some pretty damn good bread places that make really good quality breads. One in particular, but it'll give away my location. Yeah, so check out that bread video. I mean, surprise your wife. Just one day she goes out, throw down some bread. When she comes back, just point at the bread loaf that you just did. Hey, baby, let's have some sandwiches. You get some good loving that night. X-Hacker, aka Acid Bird, in the house. Spook Tiaz. You should make your own bakery. You know what? I thought about that. And if I had somebody who was also knowledgeable baker, because there's a lot to baking and didn't just making bread. I mean making dough. There's the whole business aspect. So I would need to become a lot wiser in the business aspect. So something for me to think about. You're right. Mark Drager, my first purchase of any precious metals was 20 gold coins in 2006. I paid $300 for them, and I was an idiot because I sold them after it climbed to 500. So I theorized he thought that was the ceiling, and he sold at 500. Little did he know that they're worth 1,100 now. Bud have been as high as 1,700. Poor guy. Bitcoin Bowie. He's basically saying there's enough New Yorkers here in the room. He wants to put a limit on how many New Yorkers can come in this room. Where do you go to purchase DIGIBYTE? So basically, you would have to purchase your LITECOIN or Bitcoin on Coinbase. Then you would transfer it to another wallet that sold DIGIBYTE. You would take that money and transfer it, or that Bitcoin and transfer it, let's say, to Exodus. From Exodus, you're allowed to take that Bitcoin and then exchange it for DIGIBYTE. It's slightly complicated. I don't own any kilo bars. I only own 10-ounce bars. It's the heaviest I have right now. Mark Drager, thank you so much for your compliment. Bugsy is always dropping money on this channel. Bugsy's a very generous person and has always supported this channel. Should I stack premium or generic silver? Again, it's Ryan Gott. It's a matter of what you like. And again, try to make your stack as recognizable as possible. Yes, it's okay to buy a little bit of everything. It's okay to buy some generic rounds. Personally, me, the bulk of my rounds are American Silver Eagles and Maple Leafs. I have some bars, which I basically consider generic. Bars are generic. And I have some generic rounds because some of the artists who do these generic rounds make some beautiful coins. However, those coins, those rounds might not be recognizable when you go to sell them. And that's the flip side. That's the double-edged sword type of thing. You got to do things the way you want to do it. Everybody's like, well, but an eagle is $2 more. Well, flipping A, when silver goes to $300 an ounce, what is that $2 more going to mean? Nothing. But do things the way you need to do it. As long as it's pure silver, you're still doing better than everybody else. How many people do you know have a freaking savings account that they religiously do not touch? People will brag they have a savings account, but then they need money to pay their electric bill, or then they need money to replace a tire. That savings account is not a savings account. Us silver stackers, we have a savings account. We don't turn to it every time there's an electric bill that is late, or you know, it's not our emergency fund. Yeah, that Mexican Libertad, yeah, it's a nice coin. Absolutely. I have one, and too bad it's tarnished, but I do have one. It's a very good looking coin. We the People, Trump, 2020. Mr. Olfang, warm bread wrapped in a 999 squad t-shirt. That would be a nice gift wrapped. Here you go. Merry Christmas. Hey, got to just see you back in your home. Yeah, I'm here getting ready to go to work. Do it all over again. American expat. American Silver Eagles and Maple Leafs are very easy to sell worldwide. 99% of the time you will get below spot price for your metals, so cheap rounds are stamped 0.99 will pay the same. That's not a true statement. You don't get below spot price, okay? You might forfeit the premium that you paid. I will grant you that. But at least my local coin shop will give us spot. I don't know where you're shopping, so I'm not saying that you're mistaken. Perhaps where you're going to, but my coin shop gives us spot. We just forfeit the premium that we've spent on it. But that's another thing. You don't buy it and turn around and sell it. Let's say you're right. I'm going to take the devil's advocate. Let's just say it is sold below spot. So, okay, let's say you bought silver at, we'll just make a round number up, 15 bucks. Yeah, if you sell it next week or in 2 weeks and it's still 15 bucks, you're going to take a loss. But that's on you. A real silver stacker will buy it at 15, hold it for 15 or 20 years when it's up in price. And then when he's going to sell it and he doesn't get quite spot, he still has made a profit because he held it for 20, 25 years, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, if you're worried about selling it under spot, don't buy it and sell it a week or two later or a month or two later. Ray S, I know what you're talking about. I want some gold also. I love gold. It's so pretty. So Mark Drager is agreeing with me. In Wisconsin, he also gets spot, but loses the premium. But then again, if you held it longer, like years and years and years, you don't need to worry about losing the premium because you'll make up for it in the increased valuation of the silver. Bugsy, thank you so much for everything. Bugsy's out of the house. He's in New York. Thank you very much. He ran out of bourbon, need to re-up. Hey, Bugsy, you heard of a Knish, right? Before you leave, have you heard of a Knish? Do they still sell them? Is one of my questions. Or is that a thing of the past? So Yankee Stack and try again. Have you ever tried to buy something at a store with an American Silver Eagle? No, I haven't. I never did that. Never bought something. Something happened to my computer. The question I was reading just totally is gone. I need to go find it now. Have you ever tried to buy something in the store with a Silver Eagle exclamation? No, I've never tried. But I think I know where you're going. You got an idiot, minimum wage idiot at the register is going to see $1 and might give you $1 for your Silver Eagle. I understand where you're coming from. But obviously, that's on the seller. That's the seller's fault. So I can't blame the price of silver. I can't blame that he didn't get quite spot price. If you're stacking silver and you go to sell it, deposit it in a bank or give it to the Circle K clerk, that's on you. That's not on the seller. I mean, that's not on the retailer or anything like that. That's on the seller. I mean, I wouldn't do that. So, I don't sell them. I agree, Mark. Yeah, I agree. I think this year will be something happen to silver to start go north. I think we will wait until elections in the U.S. I feel bad. Things are coming. Keep stacking. Yeah, I get that feeling too, that there's going to be a silver move towards the end of this year. I really do. I really do. Desert Wolf in the house. So Yankee Stacking, you're saying that you actually went to the grocery store and tried to use a Silver Eagle? I can just imagine the confusion on the person at the cash register. Balance rounds and coins. If should hit the fan, feel better with recognizable Eagles and Maple Leafs. Absolutely. 1776 is agreeing. Try to make your stack recognizable. I mean, isn't that the reason why many people collect $1 bills? It's recognizable. They're not getting their money from Turkey to lira and bringing it over here and stacking it or saving it. It's not recognizable over here. Bad metaphor, but you get my point. Anyway, folks, it's over an hour now, and I think I need to go out and enjoy the day. I recommend that you folks get out and try to enjoy what's left of today before you have to return to work. I appreciate it if you would, again, a shameless plug. Look at the description of my videos. There's about 4 options to support this channel. There's a couple of cryptocurrency wallets and whatnot. But get out, enjoy this day, get your mind ready to be a slave tomorrow when you go back to work. And you folks have a great day, okay? Take care of yourselves. And remember, please hit the like button. I would really appreciate it. It's only about an inch or two down from this text chat dialog box. Thank you so much, Yankee Stacking. Tawashaman, I know I butchered up your name. Grim Fernando, Hobby Guard, Hobby Guy 66, James S. I love you too. Tony, Stiff Stacker, Haiti in the house, Star Wars. I'm just saying thank you to some of the people. Talking Bullion, Bitcoin Bow, Empire Strikes Back, Omerta 1589. You have a great day. Olfang and Gary Robinson, take care of yourselves.